Many years ago, I was fortunate enough to go to the Rocky Mountains, just outside Denver, Colorado. And while I had skied before, I'd never snowboarded. And I just thought, why not have a go? I got a coach. I went into one of these schools. I was probably the oldest one in the school, along with a lot of these other little families and kids and so on. And they taught us how to ride the snowboard. Now, if you've never snowboarded before, I can tell you that it takes a lot longer to learn to ride the snowboard than it does to ski. But it's a hell of a lot of fun once you get up and once you are snowboarding. The thing is, on that first morning, you spend most of the time on your backside as opposed to on your feet. You're literally just practicing getting up and falling over and getting up and falling over and getting up and falling over. So why am I telling you a story about snowboarding? Well, when you're strapped into a snowboard with your 2 feet firmly locked in without being able to lift them out, you best make sure you know what you're doing. Essentially, riding a snowboard is everything about heels and toes, heels and toes. If you think of a skateboard and its edges, or a snowboard, it looks the same. You're riding those edges all the time, and depending if you're going onto your toes, you're going to be moving in the direction toward, if you left foot forward, you're going to be moving towards your left-hand side. If you put the emphasis on your right, you're going to be moving towards your right-hand side. If you put the emphasis on your heels, well, naturally the ball is going to start twisting either left on your left heel or right on your right heel backwards. But here's the thing, if you've never snowboarded before, you know, there's so much around you. And that's actually skiing you can use the same analogy from a skiing perspective. There are people zooming past you. There's little 5-year-olds that are zooming past you on their little mini skis. There's trees, there's poles in between that are carrying the people on ski lifts and chair lifts. And you're trying to avoid all of this at the same time as trying to coordinate your feet to go the right way, and it can be quite hair-raising. It took me a long time to get the knack of it. Right now I can't do it because my knee's buggered from 4 operations. But if I had to go back, I'd remember the one thing that the ski instructor or the snowboard instructor told me. He said, instead of trying to focus on the places that you're trying to avoid, focus and look at the place where you want to go. In other words, don't look at the trees, don't look at the poles, don't look at the other people, look at where you want to go. And it's amazing. As soon as your eyes start to lock in on a particular area of the slope that you want to go to, your feet tend to do the rest. And when you want to turn, you turn and look at the place that you want to go towards, and your feet and your shoulders and your legs start following and doing the same, just subconsciously. I guess it's sort of like us in the real estate game. What we need to be looking at is where we're wanting to go. Forget about all the distractions around you, and because there are plenty at the moment. From what's happening on the news to social media to riots and protests. I mean, you can get drawn into all sorts of elements. You can get drawn into the negative as well as some of the fun elements as well. But that don't necessarily relate to putting a listing onto your portfolio and getting it closed and getting a commission check to be able to further your career and to get towards achieving your objectives. We need to be focusing on the thing that gets us across the line. So, if you use the snowboard analogy, what are you focusing on today? What are the things where are you looking? What are the things that you're focusing on to take your business to the next level, to help your client to sell their home, to help your buyer to find the perfect home, and things that are going to help you build your business? The one place you don't want to be looking is behind you. Behind you is where the competition is. You see, you're out in front. You need to set your own goals. You need to set your own objectives. You need to set your own target from that snowboard. Your competition's got the luxury of a massive target. It's on your back. You don't have that luxury. If you want to stay ahead, you need to keep focusing on what's in front of you, not what's behind you, because what's back there doesn't matter anymore. It only matters where you're going. So set your sights on where you want to go, maintain the focus, and when you need to make a shift and a turn, look in that direction and focus on what's going to get you there.